Today we're going to be talking to you about 7% a day, my Moonday finance investment. How is that going? How's the project developing? Let's talk about that. But first, really quickly, if you want to learn how to earn a passive income with cryptocurrency, go down in the description, subscribe to our Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. It's totally free. Crypto Passive Income newsletter, 5 streams of passive income. You're going to learn how to develop 5 streams of passive income. Daily emails teach you everything. Multi-year track record, 100% guaranteed, full email support. If you have any questions, you can always reply to any of those emails and simply email me. All right, so let's start talking about Moonday. So I've done a video a while back. I originally found out about Moonday because it was a sponsored content video. And of course, probably as the dev had hoped, I ended up paying attention to it, and now I've been intrigued. Originally, I gave this literally no credit. And the reason is because of this right here, 7% a day. There's a lot of debate on this 7% is sustainable. I'll tell you my thoughts about it. I'll tell you a little bit about how it works and how they work to manage the sustainability of the contract. It's a little bit unique, but the idea, this is really a clone from another project way back in the day. It's a virtual deposit contract. 10% in, 10% out was the original version. This dev has done something a little bit different. I think it's, I'm assuming it's 10% in, maybe it's 6% in, 6% out. Anyway, whatever it is, he said when you go in, basically right here, Moonday goes into this contract and sits right here. Whatever you go in with, I have 2.9 right now, and that's earning about 7% a day right now. The Moonday sitting in this, the token is called Moonday. The Moonday sitting in this contract doesn't earn. I earn 7% based on these Moondays. So currently I have 2.211 dividends. I'll tell you my strategy on what I have been doing in this platform. But every time that you claim dividends, every time that you make an investment, there's a 1% burn. This is a deflationary token, 1969. They're down to about 17 or 1800 tokens just from token burns though. And what this dev has done, basically, essentially to extend the life of the contract, is he's created another dApp. And there's some breaking news. I'm going to share that with you. He's just announced into Telegram. I'll get to that in a moment. But he developed another dApp called Moongold. I'm not really personally messing with Moongold. The most notable thing about Moongold is there's more Moonday tokens over here as well. So you got 600 or so in the first contract. You got another 172. So that's about 772. That's important to keep a track on that number because that's where the 7% gets paid out. This Moongold, it's basically feeds the Moonday contract. I don't like when they have these contracts that feed contracts that feed contracts. It just seems weird. It just seems, it's like, personally, I want to see a better use case. If you're going to build a dApp on top of a virtual deposit contract, a VDC, a 10% in, 10% out fee type contract, if you're going to build a dApp on that contract, then do something different than another version of a fee-based in and out type contract. That's my personal opinion. And then this contract's like 26% in, 26% out. It's crazy. Then you earn Moongold, and you can compound that, and then part of you earn Moonday dividends. I'm sorry, and you know I don't know. It just seems messy. I'm not really worried about Moongold in general, but Moonday, it's doing really really well. Now, I really didn't think there was gonna be any life to this thing. I thought just show you where it's been trading at. It's over $1,000 a token right now. I'll put a link in the description, but it's very much a really high risk platform. It's been up to $4,000. I mean, that's just crazy if you think about it. But the reason it spikes like that is because there's only so much, there's only so many tokens. So if someone, I mean, it doesn't take much. I mean, any decent sized buy or sell is going to move it a lot. So it has the potential to really just skyrocket with a little bit of positive news. And this dApp just came out. There's a third dApp coming, and there's some more development coming, and that's what's got me hanging on to this a little bit. I'm just watching it. I'm like, okay, let's see where this is going. So here's my strategy. I'll show you my strategy. Then we'll talk about the latest news from the dev. In fact, I'll talk about the latest news from the dev first, and then because that really relates to my strategy. So the dev, this guy's the dev. Sorry, I don't really know how to say his name. Nice guy. I've communicated with him in chat. Seems very nice. If you've seen my video on the sponsored content, he actually essentially paid me with Moonday tokens, and I gave him no guarantee that I would cover his contract. I thought it was incredible. And I wasn't going to cover it until I continued to pay attention to it. And then I was like, all right, this guy at least deserves an honorable mention. And now here I am making essentially my third or fourth video about it. So Here's what he says. After the third dApp is successfully launched, I will focus on marketing and attempting to get on every top major exchanges, which includes exchanges that will allow you to buy Moonday with fiat, debit card, credit cards, and wire transfers. After that, I will launch my skill-based gaming arcade that use Moonday and market to the gaming community. That way we can get a wider audience using Moonday. After that, I'll be looking to fully decentralize the website by putting it on a .crypto domain so that no one, not even me, can take it down or mess with it. Okay, so let me break down this whole thing. First of all, this sounds incredible, and it's enough to tell me that there's life left in the project for a little while longer. So that's good. That has a lot to do with my current investing strategy. However, he says all these things quickly in just a few sentences, but the reality is this, in some cases, could be a multi-month or a multi-year process just to get this out, all this done, if it ever gets done at all. I mean, this is a great vision. It's a great idea. You always want to know you have a leader that has a vision for the future, but you got to put everything into perspective. I mean, it's like saying, I'm going to create this YouTube channel and lead Bitcoin to the masses, which, by the way, is one of the purposes of my YouTube channel. But it's really easy to say that. And if you believe that cryptocurrency should get to the masses, ladies and gentlemen, now's a good time to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. And if I have not done enough to earn your subscribe yet, please hang around. Hopefully I'll do enough sooner or later that you'll feel like now's the time to subscribe. Thank you for watching so far. Okay, so let me talk about this. After the third dApp, my first thought is please let it be a different dApp. Give it some other decentralized application, software, game, whatever. Let it be something other than just another virtual deposit contract. That's my belief. Now, the community at large may not care, but personally, that's just me. You're watching my thoughts. I want to see something other than another type of virtual deposit contract. Then he's going to focus on marketing. Well, he's already done some marketing. It's how he reached out to me. He's reached out to other YouTubers. I've seen other YouTubers in the Telegram. So, I mean, Crypto Slow has been in here, different one, 3D Crypto, I think has been in here. There's been different, I could be wrong on 3D Crypto, but there's been other YouTubers that have been up in here. But then he's going to focus on marketing and attempt to get on every top major exchanges, which include exchanges that will allow you to buy Moonday with fiat, debit cards, credit cards, and wire transfers. First of all, this is easier said than done. It can be a real challenge to get on major exchanges. It's quite expensive to get on exchanges. It's a money grab. Exchanges are kind of an interesting, slightly corrupt business model where they basically, you want to be on their exchange and they want to charge you a bunch of money to get on their exchange unless they feel like you're going to bring a lot of volume. And this project at this point in time is not going to bring in a tremendous amount of trading volume. So, and there's not a big community here. If there was an enormous community, 10,000 members maybe talking about it every day, then that might be a little bit more of an incentive for an exchange. But just putting on a new project, it's going to be expensive and it's going to be hard. The ones that allow you to use debit cards and credit cards, they do a tremendous amount of crazy KYC type verification stuff, and it's just going to be harder than it's just, he says that very simply, but it's going to be a challenge. It doesn't mean he can't do it. It's just going to be a challenge. Then he says, after that, I will launch my skill-based gaming arcade that uses Moonday to market to the gaming community. Okay, several questions. A, is this already developed? If not, that's a long process. B, launch your skill-based gaming arcade, as in, is it yours or is it white labeled? It would actually be good if it was white labeled. It means it's going to get launched sooner. If it's not white labeled, this is a lot of development if he's trying to create it on his own. 3, are the games going to be any good, and are people going to actually like them? 4, when you advertise to the gaming community, what experience do you have advertising in the gaming community? What are your odds of actually reaching out to them and getting this to go somewhere? And even if you can get a player or a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer to play with your games, are they going to be good enough that they'll have a viral effect where other people want to play with them games? It can be very risky. And then you want them to use Moonday tokens. It's challenging enough to get an online casino dApp, which everybody's familiar with the games. It's challenging enough to get a broad audience to use Bitcoin in that situation. Yet you're going to get them to use something like Moonday with these funky tokenomics. I mean, don't get me wrong. You like to see this if you're invested in Moonday, but you got to weigh the pros and cons, man. What an uphill battle. But at the same time, again, if you're in the project, I'm in the project, you love seeing that there's a dev who has high ambitions. You just have to recognize that they're just that. They're currently just ambitions so far. After that, he's going to be looking to fully decentralize the website, but putting it on a .crypto domain, which is awesome, so that no one, not even me, can take it down and mess with it. That's super awesome. This part here should be done sooner than later, in my opinion. This overall, you like to see that there's legs here. You like to see there's a vision here. So I love all of this. This is good stuff. Here's my big question. And if the dev sees this, he can definitely feel free to respond in the comments. Here's my big question. So how do you do all that on a token that's deflationary? Now, deflationary is not the end of the world if the price goes up. If the price goes up, I mean, you could use, if 0.001 Moonday was $1,000, it's not a big deal. You're going to start dealing in Moonettes or something, Moontoshis or something. So that's not the end of the world. You could, you as long as you can always add decimals. But if it doesn't go up in value, and at the same time it pays out 7%, I mean, I feel like, for me, those of you that are familiar with my passive income strategy, I got a whole video on that. If you're familiar with that, and I'll put a link in the description, by the way, if you want to watch that video if you haven't seen it. This is among my highest risk investments. This is up there with the DSP token, the GXY token, because I feel like there's an end date. Now, that end date may be longer. I feel like that end date's going to be longer than those platforms. I feel like this might go on for weeks, months. I don't know how long beyond that, maybe a year or two. I don't know. I mean, if he gets all this stuff developed, it's awesome. But how do you develop that kind of ecosystem that's paying out 7% a day? Unless you're going to change this 7% at some point. Now, one thing to note, the 7% is only on your balances. The contract doesn't earn 7%. That's important to note. The Moongold contract with 100 and something doesn't earn 7%. That's really important to be aware of. Now, you see this just dropped to 598. Did it get dumped on the market? Let's see. If it did, the price is going to move drastically. Or are people using it to go, for example, into Moongold? It looks like it might have got sold on the market. It's hard to say if that moved. I mean, the market's moved, but it's hard to say how much. Anyway, it's back in. So somebody literally looks like they just rolled, and their fee basically is the 0.3 maybe. Or maybe they used it in the Moongold contract. It's hard to say. Or maybe they're just hodling on it, waiting to sell later. Here's what I know. The possibility this price goes back up, I think, is at least 50-50. The possibility that the price goes up significantly, 20 to 30% chance. The odds that we see $5,000, maybe even $10,000 Moonday, maybe 10%. I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out there in my head. That's what I'm thinking. Again, not financial advice for you. These are my thoughts, personal opinion, my investments. Not talking about you. You do your thing. But that's just kind of what I'm thinking. So here's what I do. Basically for 2 days, I just roll. And then on the third, sometimes the fourth day, I'll do a withdrawal. So I mostly roll, and I just take a little, and really, I try to pull out when I see the prices went up. I try not to sell into weakness. I try to sell into the strength. So sometimes I may wait a day and see if the price goes up a little bit before I make a sell. I wish the dev all the best of luck. Obviously, I'm here watching it. I don't understand how you keep the ecosystem going that long on a 7%. I mean, I think it has an end date at some point. I mean, I don't know what that looks like, but I think that it has an end date. Just my thought. But it's definitely a speculative project. It's definitely interesting. It's worth watching the dev and see what people do in this space. At least give them credit for making adjustments and trying something a little bit different. But who knows where it goes. Hey, what's your thought about Moonday? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to learn how to be able to create a passive income or cryptocurrency that's not going to have an end date, so to speak. If you've seen my passive cryptocurrency strategy and kind of how I look at projects and how I look at my investments, then if you subscribe to this newsletter, once you subscribe to this newsletter, you're going to see a video that's going to talk to you about some bonuses I'm giving you totally for free. But once you take a look at those bonuses, the video also goes on to explain our Crypto Passive Profits course. Our course currently is under development. Right now it's $9.99 a month. Once I get development complete, I put it on a different platform. It's going to be $29.99 a month. That's going to be the first price that I launch at. Right now, you can learn how to be able to build a passive income in cryptocurrency by advertising, by doing affiliate marketing in the cryptocurrency space, with companies who actually pay you in cryptocurrency. So if you want to learn how to actually build a true business that can grow and have some exponential growth and sustainability that can be stable, literally the most stable, secure, passive income that I know of anywhere in the cryptocurrency space, I teach you how to work with that company specifically and how to be able to advertise as an affiliate for that company. And these same strategies will work for other cryptocurrency based companies as well. But I've got an entire update coming out that's going to be coming out here next month in November. So if you subscribe now, you're going to be able to get here. You're going to be able to come in at the $9 a month price, $9.99, and you're going to be able to get in time so you can see my November update when it comes out. Hey, thank you so much for watching. This has been Crypto Wealth. Crypto equals freedom.